Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zane, better known as the King Bahamut, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy I. In the last episode, we tackled the waterfall, rescued a fairy from a caravan in the desert, and got the Oxy Ale, which will allow us to take the submarine down to the sea shrine, and that is precisely what we are going to be doing today. We are starting the next dungeon required, and seeing if we can get yet another orb filled with light on this journey. And this dungeon I'm honestly kind of looking forward to because it's a dungeon that has a lot of great pieces of equipment. And speaking of pieces of equipment, before I go in, I just wanted to say that the silver armor, I put that on my character, my red mage. It's better than the chainmail, and I honestly probably should have gotten that armor sooner, instead of buying all these pointless low-level spells. And speaking of spells, I also bought the Lightning 3 spell, because while I do have the Zeus Gauntlet, obviously we're going into a dungeon with lots of water monsters, so that means that lightning spells are going to be very useful. Warriors, you have the Oxy Ale, the mermaids wait, please help them. It took me a hot second to read that. Nothing here. We step into the submarine, and we get probably my favorite song in the game. This song actually gets used in the final dungeon, which I am very happy about, because I like this song quite a bit. Yeah, as you can imagine, lots of fish, lots of water-based enemies, and that means that lightning is very useful here. Or Brian can just wallop them on the head, as Brian does. Alright. Starting out, go up this way, to the right, and we have a treasure chest with 2,000 gold, which is not very much. And we have a bunch of Sahagins, some of which are red Sahagins, which we should not really be needing to fight at this point in the game. Rice will just confuse them, and Lewis hit this one. So yeah, what you guys been up to lately? I have had a not great couple of days, to be honest. I've been having some troubles at work, and that has been affecting my mental health a little bit, which is always fun when that happens, but I'm here recording, and that's what really matters now, so yeah, let's just get on with this dungeon. And by get on with this dungeon, I mean let's please move along. So we have a lot of dungeon to get through, and I mean the nice thing is that we're at the point in the game where we're starting to reach the point in the game where all of the magic casting equipment that we have is starting to pay dividends. It means that we can get through some of these battles a little bit quicker. It means we can just use the Zeus Gauntlet to zap everybody. And even a party of 9 weak enemies is no threat to us at all, although I don't know why weak enemies, even in large numbers, would be too much of a threat to us. Anyways, we have a room here that has nothing. We have enemies. We have sea trolls and lobsters, aka sea scorpions. Ski scorpions. Me tripping over my words. Guy on the head, and you know what, Lewis, you cast Lightning 2. Get free Lightning 2 and a not free Lightning 2, which probably be enough to take these guys out. guess not. Now, obviously, these lobsters do have the ability to poison you, so be aware of that. I actually didn't restock my potions before coming in here, which was not a smart policy. Anyways, room. Or we can get interrupted by sharks. Give me a minute. Okay, we have a room that has nothing in it either. This is gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it? Yeah, nothing in here. There's no entrance to the... Oh, we have two new enemies. The Naga and the Water Elemental. I don't remember what Nagas do, but I think that Water Elementals are very much like the other kinds of elementals that we've run into in various other dungeons. So, be aware of them, and be careful. Or you can just pelt them with a Lightning 3, which does not kill anyone, despite doing 300 damage to that Naga, which, well, if that doesn't just say something about how tough the enemies are getting. I think after this dungeon is done, I'm going to make it a point to do a smidge of grinding, because after this dungeon there will be some new magic spells that should be available to us that I would really like to take advantage of. Excuse me. Sorry. We get over 9,000 gold. I'll leave it to you to make the memes, meme references. And we have more sharks cutting away. At least the enemies here are kind enough to not take an eternity to run away from, you know. Although I do have the speed up feature, which, you know, helps minimize the amount of time I spend in these battles. Speaking of which, yeah, that's one thing about this game, it is best played on an emulator, because that way you can speed through grinding sessions, you can speed through random encounters, interrupting the pace of your game. And it also allows you to speed through battles where the game just decides that you ain't running away, and there are 9 enemies, which means that your characters take a bunch of chip damage. I don't know. Like, I have been having fun with going back to this game, despite some of the smack I've talked about it. But you know, it is an old game, and there is a lot of archaic jank that comes with it. But you know what? I think that is part of this game's charm, honestly. So I ain't too bothered by it. And these sea snakes here, as you can guess, I believe they have poison abilities. So be aware of that. I also don't think that they are weak to ice, like I used on them, but I wanted to use something other than a lightning spell, since I want to conserve at least some of Lewis's charges. And there's that cat claw putting in work for Lewis. Giving him something resembling a decent attack stat. This treasure chest contains 20 gold. Yep, I knew that there was one of them here. It's always one treasure chest that has a laughably bad reward in it. But I am starting to hate those parties of 9 Sahagins and Wizard Sahagins, because between having bad experiences with the game not letting me run from those encounters, and just the amount of enemies... Oh, the sharks can run away, actually. That's interesting. Means less experience for you, but also less enemies to deal with. This chest here Contains the light axe. Very important item. This is another weapon that casts... my cursor is not showing up. There we go. This is another piece of... This is another item that casts magic. It casts the Harm 2 spell when used as an item. So it's not going to be terribly useful to us here because there aren't a lot of undead enemies, but... Pfft, as soon as I open my fucking mouth. So yeah, ghosts. Let's show this off. Lewis, you can just attack. If the game will let Rice's turn roll around and not paralyze me, please, and also not do 150 damage. Light Axe casts Harm 2. So, it's not exceptionally useful in this dungeon, because there are, I think these are actually the only undead enemies that you have to deal with. But when you are dealing with undeads, it's invaluable. There's a few things that cure. Oops. 60 heal potions. I think I'm well prepared enough. Hopefully. Inside the treasure box, you find a mage staff. This is yet another piece of magic casting equipment. Casts Fire 2. So, that's going on Lewis. And now we have a decent arsenal of free magic casts that will, well, admittedly, their usefulness is a little bit, all over the place. We have a bunch of money in this chest, and I'm actually going to do a double check to make sure I got all the treasure chests on this floor. Okay, so I was correct. There was one treasure chest we were missing. It's actually all the flipping way over here. So it's gonna take a minute, especially with enemies interrupting me. Alright, follow this path up here. Get into more encounters. Follow this path up here. This floor is surprisingly expansive, and that is not necessarily a good thing. Open this treasure chest. You get the Opal Armor. The Opal Armor is tied for the best physical defense stat of all armors in the game, with one other armor that we won't see for another time. I do think that the other piece of armor that it's tied with has a better defensive effect than the Opal Armor, which, for the record, can only be equipped to the Knight, but it is still a fantastic piece of equipment, so make sure to grab it. And I am going to meet you back at the set of stairs that takes us onward, so give me a minute. You know, game, you could just let me run away from the encounter. Pretty please? We, seriously, almost got frickin' party wiped by 4 ghosts because the game just did not let me run away. Ugh. What the fuck? No, I hope I don't need any more Cure 4 spells, because I just ran out. Now, the good news is that I'm actually going to be making 2 trips through this dungeon, so I can be a little bit cavalier with my resources, is what I'm trying to say. I can expend my spell charges a little bit more recklessly. Alright. Stairs here. And we have more rooms. But anyways, we have mermaids here. You have responded to me. So yeah, we got some mermaids chilling around here. And we also have 9,000 gold, and more gold, and an Opal Bracelet. Opal Bracelet is another great piece of armor. It is arguably the best piece of armor that I have for my red mage here, for my character. There is one, it also goes great on either of your, either your white or black mage, but there's another couple pieces of armor that we'll be getting for them before too long that arguably are even better. If we cannot regain the power of water, we will become bubbles and disappear. Alright, so, talk to you. My friend Daryl went to the land, then never returned. I've often wondered what happened. Maybe she grew legs and walked away? Daryl is not a woman's name, which is, like, even in the realms of fantasy. Unbelievable, you can breathe underwater? I'm impressed. Now, I think that on this floor there are no random encounters, which, thank God, considering how bad the random encounters have been wrecking me up to this point. Please save the sea and make the orb shine again. So I think you can just talk to these guys. I suppose you are the legendary Light Warriors. Indeed we are. Chosen by destiny. Hassled by monsters endlessly. Under the control of a tired putz who does not have who has no sense of direction to save his life. Are we going to become bubbles? Not if I have anything to say about it. Haha. For I am the dashing fedora-wearing red mage. Or would you call this a fedora? I don't know. The treasure box is empty. I think we already got that one. We totally did. I actually do not remember. Talk to you. This is the shrine's top floor. The fiend of water, Kraken, lives on the bottom floor. So we have a hint as to what boss we'll be facing. Get a pure potion. To unlock the Mirage Tower, the Lefianish used a musical tone. Interesting. Will we find a way to do that? Let's see. Can't hold any more, so that's a armor piece. I'm dropping the silver armor. Oops. We get an Opal Shield. Opal Shield, as you might guess, the Opal equipment is generally going to be the best that you can find for your fighter or knight, I guess, more accurately at this point in the game. As long as the Fiend of Water lives, we... Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo to you, too. Did I get this? Yes, I did. Indeed I did it. I got this one, too. I think that one on the top right has something of particular importance to us. But I need a reminder on how to get it. Unless... I think this is what it is. Yes. So this pathway up there loops around. And in these treasure chests here we get more armor, and the slab, a key item, as you can hear by that jingle. Slab. Unknown symbols cover the slab. And meanwhile, I hate to do this, I hate to throw away money, but I am getting rid of the pieces of armor. We get an opal helm, and and an Opal Gauntlet. We have a full set of Opal equipment for our knight. And so, if we look at his absorb stat has gone up to 74, which is about as much absorb as he's going to have for a good chunk of the game. Like I said, there are going to be other pieces of equipment that will surpass the Opal Armor pieces in terms of usefulness. In my opinion, at least, they have better defensive effects. But they have the exact same defensive stat as the Opal equipment. So that's about as much defense as our knight's gonna get from his. I have gotten lost again. Give me a minute. Alright, so, like I said, it's actually recommended that you do this dungeon in 2 visits. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is I'm going to use the exit spell, go out, and take a breather at the local inn, real quick. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick visit to the town of Gaia, and if I can see if I can sell off a couple of the excess pieces of equipment. I probably should have saved the ice equipment, because that would have sold for a lot more than the silver equipment will, but too late for that now, so see you in just a moment. Alright, and one trip to Gaia later, and forgetting to sell off the ice sword that I'm still carrying, we are back in the depths of the sea shrine. Now this is the point of the dungeon where I'm going to need to really start relying on my guide to get me through, because I don't have a damn clue where I'm going. So, hold on a minute. Okay. We want to go down this set of stairs here. Hopefully the rest of this dungeon will be a little bit more straightforward. Have a little bit less stumbling around. Have a little less ambushes that drain me of HP. Okay, so with that out of the way, upsy daisies, and round, and that's a dead end. I am genuinely starting to hate those ghost enemies, because they're annoying as hell to run away from. They have way more HP than they really should. They hit for ridiculous amounts of damage for no goddamn reason. They can paralyze you, and for some reason, the game just does not like letting you run away from these things. They are a grand total of 2 here, and I guarantee you that if I attempted to run away... Yeah, see, I am already down to 2 digits of HP from both of their attacks hitting me simultaneously. That is ridiculous for this point in the game. And this is after I upgraded my body armor. So, I mean, you tell me why the hell they're so bloody strong. Please get a hit in before he does. Thank you very much. And one use of the Cure 4 spell later, with no sound effect playing. Let's continue onward. I'm going to attempt to walk and read at the same time, which, yeah, the enemies are not interested in letting me do that. I am good at this game, I swear. We are actually supposed to go this ways. And then go up here. Through here is nothing except more monsters. And down we go. And I'm actually going to heal because I just know that there's going to be an enemy encounter right around the corner. And I would very much like to be prepared. This dungeon has been giving me more grief than I expected. Mostly because of those goddamn ghosts. But anyways. 110G. I am getting buzzes on my phone. 450G. Excuse me. Get out of here, shark. And with that out of the way, down the stairs we go. And we have another one of these sprawling maze rooms. My favorite. Cutting away. See, this is why you don't record at 8 o'clock at night. For fuck's sake, game. Just let me get through this dungeon, please. Turns out the water elementals are not as weak to lightning magic as I thought. But honestly, that's not a big issue at this point. They're actually more weak to ice magic than to lightning magic. Brian got a level up, and that also means that Risa gets a level up. Unfortunately, Zane and Lewis are lagging behind, yet again, because of goddamn ghosts. But anyways, we get, ooh, looks like we have a booby trap tile here. Thankfully, we already know how to deal with these chuckleheads, so I will see you on the other side of this battle. Alright, after that we get a power gauntlet, which I actually forget. I don't remember if that has any free spell attached to it. I don't think it does. But that's going to be something to check. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't, though. And I don't think it's a piece of equipment that any of my current party members can use. So it may just be selling fodder at this point. And we have, I think this is another ambush, or another booby trap, excuse me. I'm pretty sure that this chest has a very nice reward in it. And with that out of the way, we get another light axe, which means another cast of harm 2 for whomsoever we deem worthy of it. I'm actually going to keep that on my character, on Zane the Red Mage, just so that I have, just so that I, you know, can have a little bit of extra harmful, I don't know where I'm going with this sentence. Anyways, more treasure here. I'm pretty sure most of it's money. I don't know if that was supposed to be a booby trap or... I guess it was. Alright, these treasure chests. Money. And a ribbon. So we have another ribbon. And that can actually just go on Lewis. And I'm going to drop the cap because it's not going to be selling for much of anything, honestly. So, not much point to it if you ask me. Fuck you, game. Honestly, fuck you. Okay, with the ghosts exorcised and No longer a threat, thank the gods. Hey, Lewis got a level up after that battle. That's nice. I'm gonna be honest, the random encounters in this game just throw me so much more than they probably should, because it's just really irritating to be in the middle of a thought and then have enemies just jump out of nowhere and just completely throw off the rhythm of your commentary. And like, I'm having enough trouble with you know, making sure that my commentary is entertaining, because I am not necessarily the most talkative of people. But oh, and we have big eyes here, which means they probably have the ability to paralyze me. Yep, there's the gaze. Fun for everyone. So after a hot second of consulting my walkthrough, good lord, I am running out of brain power. Through here, I hope. I would really like to stop running into enemies. You have to remember also that every random encounter I run into, that's more editing that has to be done. So some more work for me later. It also doesn't help that I barely got any sleep last night, thanks to I've been having issues sleeping just in general ever since the start of this year, honestly, and I don't understand why. Like, I haven't been doing anything that would really, I feel like, would really affect my ability to get a proper night's sleep, but it's just been the case. And with those sea serpents and sea scorps out of the way, I get another level up. And good thing too, because I think that if we go up here, we can fight more enemies. Alright, through this door here. Boy howdy, have I never been so enthusiastic to see the Orb of Evil, we'll call it, before me. Alright, everyone healed up? Talk to the orb. The fiend's ball is shattered, evaporating all the water.
Ho, ho, ho. How foolhardy to dare challenge me, Kraken, the fiend of the water.
This is the Kraken, who, in later versions of this game, has a kind of goofy-looking sprite, because he's all, anthropomorphic and looking like a humanoid creature. Kraken, he has a couple of abilities. His physical attacks are actually kind of dangerous because, like Carrie, he can get multiple hits on people. But other than that, he also has an ink attack, which allows him to do sorry, I just had a random dizzy spell. Actually, hold on a moment. Hey all, sorry about that. I just had a dizzy spell that just completely messed me up. But anyways, Kraken here, he has a pretty damaging physical attack, because like Merilith, he can inflict multiple hits on your characters, so might be worth using the invisible spell to protect a character from being bopped too hard. But as usual, I recommend just casting fast on your physical attackers, and there really isn't a ton more to this fight besides that. He goes down pretty much like all the other bosses in this game do. Oh, yep. Like that, he can hit pretty dang hard. So be wary around that. I probably should not be recording right now, considering the... Oh, you piece of shit. Well, that sucks. As if my character could, you know, really needed to fall further behind on the amount of experience he's getting. Not much we can really do besides just pelt this guy with powerful lightning magic and hope for the best. Sorry, I am still a little loopy from that. Thankfully, we don't have much left to do in this episode. Oh, come off it. Seriously, what the hell, dude? You're really gonna punish me for... If I seriously get a game over here... Okay, thank God. Well, at least I don't have to worry about everyone, about so many of my guys falling behind in, experience. Anyways, let's step on the altar. And that's orb number 3 restored. Now let's get the hell out of this dungeon. Seriously, that was... Oh, that entire thing was way more of a gong show than it needed to be. But at least we have some cool new equipment now. I can't even, man, I can't even, use the life spell to save on a trip to the clinic because Rice is down. You know what? I'm just gonna call this episode here. I am completely out of it now. Next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy 1, we see if we can find a way to the next dungeon. See ya guys later. Pray for me.